Anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna watch the last video of the day, which is The Dark Truth Every Streamer Knows by LucyPyre. If you don't know who LucyPyre is, before we even watch the video, this is my second channel, so I haven't watched her yet on this channel. She's awesome. Watch her. She makes great content. Baldur's Gate 3 is D&D. I know it is. I don't trust D&D anymore. Wizards of the Coast, I don't trust them anymore. So I'm not looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3 because of that. I trust the company that's making Baldur's Gate 3, because the company making Baldur's Gate 3 is the company making the company who made Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah, everything Daniel just said in the chat. Yeah, Larian Studios is awesome. The company D&D is full of monsters, though. Full of literal monsters. So, yeah, I really like Larian Studios, 100%. I think that, like, honestly, D&D, they picked the best company to work on it. But I'm not looking forward to another IP or another, like, bit of content that Wizards of the Coast owns, because they can't be trusted with anything anymore. So we'll see how it works out. All right. The Dark Truth That Every Streamer Knows by LucyPyre.
23. Anime is officially real. You go on YouTube, there's a bunny girl who snorts Red Bull. You go on Twitch, you get cat girls who love Jesus. You go on Twitter, anime girls are fighting over whether having huge fat tootie jugs is woke or not. You open your favorite game, even more anime girls going ooh woo and voice chat.
This shit blew up in, like, what, 3 or 4 years? The VTuber thing was not a big deal until, like, 3 to 4 years ago. And that shit exploded, like, big time.
Your afternoon snack? F you, it's an anime girl too. There's no winning this war. There's no turning back the clock. You can't run from the moe. You can't hide from the kawaii sugoi desune. But wait, you can hear a whisper in the darkness. The calm before the storm. The key to destroying this epidemic. Turns out those anime girls are problematic. And they're hiding a dark secret. A weapon they aim to enslave humanity with. It's called being parasocial. Now, the most important thing to know about being parasocial is that it wasn't a real thing before VTubers hit the market. They invented it. Just like simps weren't real before women.
She's fucking, this is a great place to pause on. She's obviously being ironic. Parasocial relationships have been a big deal forever. People get kind of nuts and track people down who stream and, like, do weird shit. So it's just how it's been forever. And I'm gonna start this again.
Streaming, am I right, XQC Yasmin Gold Ludwig on viewers? You can't be on the internet for very long without someone mentioning the term. You breathe incorrectly and someone will accuse you of being it. Because in this economy, daring to enjoy something is a sin that cannot go unpunished. What, you like some streamer girl's content?
I mean, it happens with pretty much anyone who is alone and needs a friend. Is that really a bad thing? I think when people refer to parasocial relationships, they don't actually mean parasocial. They mean para-obsession. Right? Because really, there's parasocial, which is, let's say, for instance, the only time that we interacted, Panda, let's assume that it was only here, right now, where we are right now on stream. We would have a parasocial relationship. Okay? Para-obsession is more like, you try to figure out where I live, and you donate to me tons of money and come to my place and try to kill me. Like, there's a difference between the two things. I think parasocial is fine. I think being social with someone online is an okay thing. I think being para-obsessed with someone is crazy. Okay? They're just people. Like, stop obsessing over them, stop thinking they're perfect. Relax.
I bet you're one of those parasocial Andes who wishes she was your girlfriend. By the way, when I start every day with PewDiePie's videos before heading to work, that's completely different from whatever you're doing. I'm not parasocial at all. I've watched him since I was 9 and it's...
Yeah, I mean, it works both ways. And I think Daniel just said that too in chat. And you use the bad things of pressuring viewers to donate. Pressuring viewers to donate, I mean, like, okay. It depends on, like, what your goals are. Because, like, you could say, hey, guys, like, I need this amount of money because I want to do this for the stream. And you guys like watching the stream. If you donate, it'll help. That's technically pressuring, but it's not like, I mean, you're doing it for a good reason, technically, right? I think that to say everyone who streams is for the most part, unless they have a really, really, really good job that they love, and this is just a thing they do for fun, this is what they want to make money off of. This is what they want their job to be. So, like, yeah, I think to some degree, when you watch a streamer, there is some degree of, like, this guy needs money, or this guy needs to get to a point where they can make an income. I think that's a reasonable thing to say. I think a lot of people are like that.
Content just cheers me up, okay? Yes.
I have a parasocial relationship with a lot of podcasts. I hear their lives, their thoughts, watch weekly. It's almost like I know them. But it's Amp Shady is always important and must have it all. No, I mean, like, this thing too, right? Like, I don't. It's weird because, like, you know, like, I think that anyone who streams, and this is like for Panda, for anyone else, donations are always like, yeah, thank you, that's awesome, I appreciate that, and of course I'm gonna say thank you. But it's like I never go on stream and think, well, what my viewers have to donate to me, and if they don't, they're not worth my fucking time, and I shouldn't talk to them. And I think that, like, that when it gets to that point in your streaming, you should probably stop.
Indeed, everyone is parasocial, and I do mean everyone. The only way to escape the label is to never turn on a computer or TV again and relocate to Antarctica. Cause let's not get it twisted, by pure definition, if you feel that you have a relationship with a media personality or even a fictional character, you are participating in a parasocial relationship. Now hold on, Lucy, stop right.
I'm reading what you're saying. Being a streamer is, let's say that, okay, in real life, you know how, like, in real life, some people, like, go on the street with a guitar or, like, a piano, and they play the piano or they play the guitar, and then they have a hat out, and you can donate, but you don't have to. It's kind of like what being a streamer is, except instead of there being a guitar, there's just a guy sitting on a bench who talks to you, okay? And there's a hat there, but he's chatting with you the whole time, keeping you interested, telling you stories about his life, interacting with you, discussing topics in the world, keeping your brain active. It's like that, but you don't have to go outside. That's basically what streamers do. We sit here, we talk, we play video games, we just chat, and if you want to give us $1 for interacting with you, we appreciate it.
Right there. I don't feel like I have a relationship with them. Clearly, I'm aware that I'm not their lover, unfortunately. So to call me parasocial, well, all I have to say is, take your meds, you whore. Do you really think it's that easy to escape the parasocial? Let me give you an example. How many people slammed the last season of Game of Thrones, rightfully so, for being...
By the way, LucyPyre's VTuber model has gotten so much better. I've been watching her for over a year. It's gotten crazy good.
An absolute dumpster fire. And how many videos were made about the fictional character Daenerys, claiming that her actions were, quote, out of character, and she would never do such a thing? How would these people even know it was out of character if they didn't feel like they knew her on some subconscious level? Gamers, we have to be honest with ourselves. If you've ever felt sadness upon seeing your favorite character die, or you've ever been disappointed when your favorite content creator stops uploading, then yes, you're most likely somewhat parasocial. But wait, before you click off the video, I'm not here to say that's a bad thing. In fact, I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say it can be a real...
I've never thought of it like that. So she's claiming that if you watch anime and you feel emotions towards someone when they die, when your favorite character dies, that it's kind of parasocial too. And kind of, I can understand that. In the loose definition of the term parasocial, I kind of understand what she's saying.
Really good thing sometimes. And I want to take some heat off of the viewers as well, because when it comes to being parasocial, it starts with the source. That's right, streamers, I'm coming for your ass. And also my own ass. I just think ass is pretty neat, I guess.
How dare anyone out there make fun of Brittany after all she's been through?
So being parasocial is usually attributed as the cause for some of the worst shit you've ever seen in your life. The Vox Paradox, the Russian Soviet Union, the Suisei piss drinking. That's right, the Suisei apple juice piss drinking!
What? What the fuck?
If you listen to the internet tell it, parasocial people are stalkers, fans who are on the edge, just one mistake away from going full.
You know what? I don't even. You know what? It's not even that surprising. You know what? I act like it's surprising. It's not. It's really not. Some people out there in this world are fucking down bad, dude. It's not even that surprising.
Auntie demanding you to rape their dick pics. Sorry, that got a little bit too specific. But the way I see it, stalkers and bad people have existed long before the internet
True.
and will continue to do so. And slapping the label parasocial on them sort of takes the bite.
Exactly. You can't just blanket label. We need to diversify labeling. Diversify. Parasocial, para-addicted, para-obsessed.
Out of it, as if I'm somehow supposed to rank someone who's sending decapitated Barbie dolls to a streamer the same way I rank someone who redeems fart reverb 5 times per stream. Because really, to condemn all forms of parasocial relationships is to demand that people not feel anything. That people somehow tune into a certain type of content every day and then leave with no parts of themselves changed. Now, whether that part is...
Yeah, I mean, this is true. I mean, I technically have an extremely parasocial relationship with Asmongold. Because, like, I believe and I think and I enjoy a lot of the takes that Asmongold has. So, in a lot of ways, like, I take a lot away from what he says and what information he dumps or, like, what takes he has. I analyze those to a degree that's borderline, like, obsessive. But only because, like, I feel the reason why is because I feel like I connect on a certain level with Asmongold to where a lot of what he says, I believe in. Right? And I think a lot of people, when they go to watch something like you just said, Panda, when you go to watch a podcast, like, if someone resonates with your feelings in the way that you think, you're going to watch them more because you feel justified in your thoughts. Because not only do you feel that, but this other person feels that, and it makes you feel good that more than you aren't the only person with those thoughts, and they're being justified. And I think that's why people do that.
Is your heart getting warm or your dick popping a dent? That's a whole other story. And I think that any artist or creator would say that detachment is not what they want out of their audience. They want you to feel something. They want their work to mean more than idle entertainment. If they can't get some type of emotional reaction out of you, then they think they must be doing something wrong. See, no one thinks that an author is an asshole for writing a story that makes them cry. No one feels ashamed to admit that they cried while watching something like Up.
Well, that's not true. Some people do.
Either. But when it comes to streamers and YouTubers, there's this weird sense of shame and stigma, as if feeling attached to that person is morally wrong. But I can't help but think that if you feel attached to someone that you watch every day, you're just normal. You're completely fine. And to be honest, the types of people that participate in harassment and stalking would still do so, no matter what the target does. Most of the things that people call parasocial just seem really sweet in my eyes. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem, the psychopath, so to speak. But when I see fans branding together to make something nice for their favorite streamer, the word parasocial never comes to my mind. It just makes me smile. I mean, holy f***, humans are just so cute! Of course, I'm not saying that getting overly obsessed with something is a good thing, but that goes for anything in life, media, personality, or otherwise. And if you're
What did that say?
obsessed with something is a good
Hold
thing.
on, wait. Woman eats 2 cups of clay mask every day. What? How do we just fucking gloss over that? What in the world is going on in this video?
For anything in life, media personality or otherwise. And if you really want to point fingers at someone, then do I have some
Dude, Pika's a bitch, man.
news for you, because this parasocial accusation is a psyops, a cover-up for the true culprits at hand, the people who lurk in the shadows, who reap all the rewards and none of the blame. Streamers.
Rise up, Gamer Boys. It's time
It's Pika, right? Pika's the thing where you eat shit that isn't like food. Like you eat glass and shit. Yeah, okay.
to get your Gamer Girl bathwater.
What if I told you that creators can be just as parasocial as their audience, if not more so? I mean, I'm not gonna point any fingers because 1, I don't know what's going on in other people's heads, and 2, I don't want to stir shit. But I think I've established that I don't think being parasocial is the boogeyman everyone makes it out to be. Even so, that doesn't give me the right to put anyone else under fire, accidentally or not. So you know what? I'm gonna put myself on the stake for you. Nail myself to the golden arches like Jesus on the cross. I am parasocial. Yes, confirmed problematic streamer. And the funny thing is, I don't know how I'm expected not to be. Multiple days a week, I come online to the same people. I talk with them, I laugh with them, I entertain them. And hell, they entertain me too! I read their comments, I see their encouragement, and I feel less alone. In my case, it probably doesn't help that I'm pretty bad at making friends as is, so having a chat that genuinely wants to talk to me is such a fresh, nice...
It's true, by the way. I mean, even though I have friends, most of y'all I talk to outside of streaming, but when I see my friends in stream, or I see anyone really that I know come in and talk to me, like often, like T-Money, like it makes me happy. It like literally makes my day better, like every single time. Like, it's kind of cringe to say, but I really do like look forward to seeing messages in chat from the same people. So.
nice feeling that I can't help but feel somewhat attached. I know I can't be the only streamer who feels this way. I also want to dispel the myth that streamers have no idea who you are. Sure, if you lurk and never post a single message, yeah, that's probably the case, but if you're a frequent chatter, unless the community is bigger than a billionaire's overseas bank account, they probably recognize you. And that's not even cope, it's a fact of life. If a streamer interacts with you enough times, they start to remember your username and the gist of how you type. Go figure. I'm not saying they're your best friend or anything, but that's not quite the same as having no idea you exist, is it? Like many other streamers, I recognize usernames. I have inside jokes with my community. I find myself thinking things like, oh, so-and-so will say something if I do this, or, you know, they'll probably react this way if I make another joke about my huge 600-pound cock. And yeah, I also notice when certain chatters are missing, when it's been a while since I saw a certain username pop up in the chat, and that can genuinely make me feel a little pang of sadness, even though it is one-sided.
It's fucking true, dude. That's so true. When someone is hanging out in, like, the chat for a long time, and then they just stop hanging out for months, it actually, like, it induces depression. Like, I cannot, because, like, all I can think about, like, obsessively for, like, a few weeks is what did I do wrong? To lose that person's attention and, like, them wanting to, which I know, like, at the end of the day, it's just, they're busy doing other shit, they have someone else they want to watch, life changes, people have other interests, but you can't help but, like, sometimes think to yourself, what did I do wrong, man? I fucked up, didn't I? I fucked something up. Fuck, man. I need to make my streams better. Like, that's all my brain that's all that happens in my brain.
Even though the other person may have forgotten about me. Which means, yes, I am parasocial, self-diagnosed. But don't get it twisted, that's not me saying I'm so special. I'm different from other streamers, look at me. I actually think I'm the rule and not the exception. Cause this is a really weird career. And a lot of it is uncharted territory. Because while an actress goes and films her movie in spurts and doesn't interact with the viewers until later, if she decides to at all, streamer interactions are real-time in the moment with the threat of getting one guide always waiting around the corner. I think it would be really difficult to emotionally distance yourself from something that's just so close. And for me, having this relationship with my chat has been a 99% positive experience. Sure, weird shit happens now and then, but if you deal with it quickly and set basic boundaries, then I guarantee you...
Is it weird that I kind of want to deal with negative people in chat sometimes? Like, sometimes I get on stream and I've got a chip on my shoulder, and I just kind of wish a motherfucker would. You know what I mean? You ever think to yourself, like, you ever, I don't know if you guys have ever had this moment in your life where you're like, I just want to go walk into a place I know I shouldn't walk to. Because I kind of want to fight someone. You know what I mean? I feel that way sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I get on stream and I'm like, man, I wish someone would come up in here and just say some shit.
Viewers will understand. So where does this leave us?
That was
you
me,
just
not
said
you.
You're parasocial. And everyone on the internet tells me that being parasocial makes you the scum of the earth. Just tell me where to point the pitchfork, Strimmer. Well, what if I said it's somewhere in the... I'll be honest with you, gamer. I struggled like a motherfucker with this script. The reason this is coming out late January and not early January is because I fought with myself so hard over whether I should be making it or not in the first place. I mean, I'm far from the first person to talk about the term or to imply parasocial relationships aren't inherently bad. I'm not even the first person to tackle it from a VTubing perspective, and yeah, talking honestly about my thoughts on this topic has a chance of making me look like a toxic asshole, which seemed like a kind of play. And so several times I'd start writing, scrap it, go back to it, and then restart from the beginning, all over again. Even here at the end, I'm not sure I've made something coherent rather than just a ramble of my personal feelings as a streamer. And maybe that's why I couldn't stop thinking about it. Because in all of the very good videos that were made about the topic, I noticed it was all from an outsider's perspective. A scholar looking in on the degenerate and filthy little lives of streamer personalities. And while it's one thing to hear a fellow viewer tell you that your attachment to a content creator is a good thing, it's another to hear those words from one in the flesh. So I have two things left to say. One, to the viewers around the world, whether you watch me or not, whether you've been subscribed from the beginning or you're a Mr. Beast viewer who's really f***ing confused about how you got here, I'll say on behalf of all creators on every platform, thank you. I'm here to tell you that liking things is fine. In fact,
Hell
I
yeah.
encourage it. Only you can look inside yourself and decide whether your admiration for someone or something has reached an unhealthy point, and I, for one, trust you to have that maturity. You don't need to associate yourself with people who keep a voodoo doll of Amaranth by their desk just because people throw the label parasocial around like it's a substitute for being down bad abominably. You're not a bad person for liking streamers. And you're not even a bad person for wanting to suck Finster's toes. I mean,
Oh my
everyone
fucking
wants to
God.
do that, right?
Oh my
Right?
fucking
And the
God.
second and final thing is, I'm going to say something that needs a bit of a disclaimer. I want to make this extremely clear. I do not think the vast majority of content creators set out with the intention to form a parasocial bond with their viewers. I think it's just the natural consequence of wanting to be liked, wanting to do
Yeah.
well, and wanting our content to mean something.
100%,
That being
dude.
said, I'll be the first to admit, whether we as creators are aware of it or not, every single one of us ends up encouraging parasocial connections to some degree. Is it career suicide to come out and say that? Maybe, but I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say, oh, I don't care if you never watch my content again. I hate it when people get attached to my work. I hate it when people value me and make me a part of their routine because, of course I don't. I like it. I get fulfillment out of it, and just like any other human, or demon-human hybrid, I'm happy that others enjoy, well, me. And at the end of the day, I don't think either the viewer or the streamer is evil. Streamers inspire the viewers, and viewers inspire the streamer to do better, to grow, and to evolve. Viewers are the streamer's greatest motivation, and if streamers can repay those people by making them smile, laugh, or making their work shift a little easier to get through, what in the f*** is the harm in that? Why are we so
Right.
obsessed with shaming people over it? The internet is great because it gives an option to people like me who shut down in face-to-face situations.
There's a
the
parasocial
opportunity to make
spectrum,
friends,
dude.
the opportunity to be myself and speak freely, not without fearing rejection, because holy the stuff I see in some YouTube comments, but while knowing that the people who do reject me are outweighed by people who support me with their whole hearts and souls. Like with most other things in life, the truth lies somewhere in the middle, somewhere between black and white. Parasocial relationships, as with literally any other type of relationship, have the chance to go sour. In that sense, it's just like any other relationship. With proper boundaries and communications, things will be okay. We will be okay. And the next time I see a post about parasocial shit on the streamer sphere, I swear to fucking God if it's another blanket statement shitting on viewers for having feelings, I'm going to... Anyway, I'm embarrassed and terrified now, and that's all I had to say about that, so bye. Alright, talk to you later.
GG, guys. That was a good video. I like that video. Like I said before, subscribe to LucyPyre, and yeah. Do a little break, we're going to come back, and we're going to play some Elden Ring.